Are you having overwhelming emotions that you feel like shutting down yourself with the world? Or are you having someone who is shutting down to you and you do not know what to do? So if you are facing these two situations, welcome to join us on Body, Mind, Soul Magazine Live Talk number 48, if I'm not mistaken, because we will be having How Depression Rejuvenated My Life with Dr. Listia Astuti all the way from Australia. A very good afternoon to all of you, or even a very good day to everyone. This is Christina Tang from Body, Mind, Soul. We are here to always impact life positively together. So if you are watching this together with me, make sure you drop a hello or hi and let me know where are you from. At the same time, if you feel today's live talk together with my guest, Dr. Listia Astuti, is going to impact or is going to help someone that you know. Do one thing for me, share out this live talk together, and so that we can bring more awareness, okay? So I'm just going to take a little bit time so that, I have a few hi over here and hello. Share your love with me. Let me know where you're watching this from, whether you are from Australia or you are from Malaysia. Do let me know. I have Bayu over here. Hello. Hi there. Where are you from, Bayu? Okay. So let me know. At the same time, click the share button so that we can impact more people together. You know what? When we talk about body, mind, soul, it is always impact life positively. And also we wish to be the support team for you. We wish to give you, or we wish together we can be positive, we can have inspirational, motivational tips on our positive, holistic lifestyle. So if you are searching for something like that, congratulations, we have this for you. Just need to join Body, Mind, Soul. Let me see where it is. Okay, bodymindsoul.com/community, and you can join our community member for free, Body, Mind, Soul community for free, where you get to access all the magazine's content, which are all positive content, okay? So if you are looking for solutions in emotions, solutions in relationships, solutions in holistic business, join us. Body, Mind, Soul community, you can scan the QR code, or I'm sure our admin has posted out the link for you to click. And you know what? Body, Mind, Soul community is really free. We wish to collectively, be here for everyone and for you to be here for someone who is in need as well. How's that? Right? It's more excited that way, right? More exciting that way when you know what you are doing is also going to help someone as well. By having you here with us is going to help someone as well. We have Yani, hi, Listia, sister and cousin from Melbourne, Australia. Hello. I am from Brisbane, Australia. Wow, today I have a lot of audience are from Australia. Shichi. Wow, for one second I thought it's Suchi. If you know what I mean. Kyoko, hi there. I'm watching from Brisbane, Australia. So excited to be here. So excited to be here. Also, you know what? Whenever there's a hardship sent to me, the only way that I can pay back a hardship to you is by sending you an hardship over here. Sichi, Listia from Melbourne. Okay, so I believe everyone is waiting to have Listia to join us, and I'm sure she is definitely ready to be invited. Okay, so she is a bit nervous. All right, so with all our friends here, make sure you share out this live talk now and do one thing. I know you are watching it together with me, and for all the regulars, you know that usually when I do this, warm up your palm, it means that I'm going to pull out the guests out already. So warm up your palm, clap, 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 send your emoji in, clap, 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 okay? So that we are speaking to Dr. Listia Astuti, How Depression Rejuvenated My Life. Hello, Listia. Listia, you are muted. You need to unmute. It's
Hi,
okay.
Thank you for having me here today.
Before we do anything, I want to ask our audience, those who know you and those who are regular with me, do we look alike? Hello, everyone. Do we look alike? Look at the screen now. When we smile, don't we look alike? I've been sharing with my friends, I'm having a twin that's from different parents that are coming here to talk to us about depression, and your journey. And I have your friend saying, yes, we do look alike. Vivian, hi Listia and Christina, twins, heart shape, pyong pyong pyong. Share out the live talk so that we can bring more people in. Yanni and Shichi is giving you a clap. Elaine, hello, Dr. Listia, woohoo, with a lot of heart shape also. Thank you, Elaine. Beautiful twin, exactly. Bayou twins, yes. Same beautiful smiles. Yeah, you got to wait throughout the entire day during our live talk when we laugh. I believe all of you will find some similarities. Heart shape also, pyong pyong pyong. Ingrid, hello Ingrid. Yo, Christina
Ingrid,
from Jakarta, Indonesia here. Yes, you guys look alike. And Elaine, oh yes, twins. Okay, so I'm gonna just stop for a while with all the comments. And Listia, are you still feeling nervous now, or you are okay already?
I think it's good. I have all of my supporter here, my fans.
So you're very happy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, get all your friends to share out this live talk as well. Like click the share button now, because when you're watching live and you share it out, it's gonna give more awareness to people. And because why we are here to really talk about this, how depression rejuvenated your life. So before we go into really drill into knowing your lifeline stories, how you get into depression, maybe Listia, give us a little bit of your background so that those who doesn't know you would know, a little bit of your background, like how did you ended up in Australia?
So I'm originally from Indonesia. I was born in Jakarta. And I mean, you can see from my face, I'm Chinese descendant. So my grandparents migrated to Indo. And then when I was like 13, 14, because there was like the riots from Indonesia. So me and my sister Ingrid, we moved here. And then Yeni follow after. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's and I think I've lived here in Melbourne for like more than 20 years already. I think longer than I live in Indo. So pretty
Okay. All right, that's very interesting to know. Okay, hold on, I have more comment. I hold you a little bit. Okay, nice jacket, Listia. And we have Master Umesh. Yes, Master Umesh is the founder of the Golden Space Global, and we are also part of the Golden Space as well, that is currently working together in the Malaysia Center. Hello, Master. Hello, Christina, Listia, and dear family. Heart shape, pyong pyong pyong, blessings, love, and hugs. We have pretty Listia, Viren.
She said
okay.
Yeah.
A friend. Okay, go girl. All right. And then, okay, this is for you to pronounce, Listia.
Doppelganger. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to pronounce this word at the back just now. Until now, I can't pronounce it. Yeah, goober, whatever. Master Umesh is like, Melbourne, I miss it so much. And Bayou, Master. Okay, let us just go into the topic today. One of the way, Listia, is I'm very honored, and we are on behalf of Body Mind Soul, we are very honored that this is your first time talking about it, sharing about it, bringing awareness about it of your own very personal depression journey. And for you, I know your intention really is to bring that awareness, to let people know, to let those who are going through, they are not alone. And for those who are next to those who are going through, at least they have some insights what to do from your own personal stories. But before we go there, as I understand, you are also a practicing TCM doctor. So how long have you been practicing in Australia?
Yeah, so this is a question that always ends up become like a 45 minutes answer, because actually it's part of my depression story is when I started actually practicing Chinese medicine. When you are like studying something that you're so passionate about, you have all of these hopes and dreams, when I graduate, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to help people, I'm going to be great, I'm going to be fantastic. But more than often, like, reality doesn't meet our expectations, right? So I graduated in 2015, and in 2016, I sort of like do extension of my internship in China. And then Yes. So we have internship in Nanjing, China, in a hospital, and
So
I
you
was just,
enjoy your life.
oh my God, I was having a lot of fun, like living in China. And when I came back, I have all of these plans. Oh, I'm gonna rock this, and and it was like basically a 6 years course for me because I did my first year part time. So that's quite a commitment, right? To study 6 years, and it was actually also my second bachelor degree.
Mm,
So I really put all my hopes and dreams into this study and this profession. But the reality is, when I first started practicing, I didn't have that much support in terms of the clinic that I was at.
mhm.
Um, and then when you just like kind of first year you work, you still very green, you still
Yes.
like blind,
Raw,
you don't know what you're
raw.
doing. Yeah, and I guess I just put myself too much pressure on myself because we are dealing with the health of people, right?
Mm.
So when people come back to you and say like, I don't feel anything, I don't feel better, or I feel worse,
Wow.
you feel very like, oh my God, like
What
I
is
make
wrong with
the person
me?
feel worse. What kind of practitioner am I? You know? And at that time, I was actually under the care of a senior doctor in that clinic, but he was often away. And
Mm,
when I do have like sometimes some patient maybe complain,
mm,
when it's not as fast as they want it, or when they feel worse, then when they complain, actually they don't really defend me. They basically threw me under the bus. Yeah.
mm,
So,
mm,
I already feel bad about myself, then of course I feel worse. Not
mm.
only
You start
because
to
like,
question yourself even
yeah,
more.
yeah, my ability, I blame myself, and then so it was like and also like because I was like my first year, I don't have that much patience. So I often have to do tasks that was not under my job description. It was not a doctory task. It was more of
Mm-hmm,
like a PA role. So you
mm-hmm,
kind of
mm-hmm.
like, I'm studying 6 years for what? Like, you have all of these things, you have all of these like negative thoughts, and then
Kind
and
of
then
start
I
to build.
yeah, yeah, and it's like, what, 6 years I and then what, is this a mistake? Is this a
Mm.
mistake?
All my
And it was,
dream, all my dream during
yeah,
the,
and,
my
and
me
then
having
I
great
was so
time in
naive,
Nanjing.
I was so naive, what was I thinking? You think it's so easy, blah blah blah. Life was not as expected. And then yeah, just becoming more and more, becoming more and more, and then until I basically shut down in 2017. So I started practicing maybe like 2016 mid, and
Mm-hmm,
then 2017 mid I kind of shut down. So it was just my first year of practicing, and I already like burnt out basically.
mm, mm,
um,
mm,
and then my depressive years were 2017, 2018. 2018 I got back to working again, but it wasn't practicing. And then actually only last year, after I did
full force.
all of my work, like how can I get out of this fear of like going back to practice, then I came back to
Mm-hmm,
practice again last year. So yeah, if you
mm.
ask me like how long I've been practicing, maybe like really really seriously practicing, maybe it's just like 2 years only. Yeah, even though
Okay,
I graduated. Mm.
okay, we're gonna hold the juicy stories and all your
Mm.
your experience of how it happened, and
Mm.
how you get through it, what kind of help you have gotten
Mm.
later. I have a quite interesting questions from Master Listia. Can you explain for the clarity for all what is the
Yeah.
significance of TCM and benefits?
In terms of mental health or just generally,
I think
I
we
will.
can talk about both. I would say
Yeah,
we go with the general first, then we go into
yeah,
mental health as well, because
yeah.
we are also talking about depression today, of
Yes, yes.
your own journey, right?
So I think what differentiates TCM from Western
Traditional
medicine.
Chinese medicine,
Yeah,
yeah.
TCM is traditional Chinese medicine. So whenever I say TCM is Chinese medicine, and it's not only traditional Chinese medicine. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's just herbal medicine," right? No, TCM actually like include acupuncture, kwasa, scrubbing, or cupping, and herbal medicine, any modality that falls under TCM can be considered as TCM. It's not just herbal itself. And what makes us different with Western medicine is I feel like Western medicine really focuses on the disease and how to fix the disease. But Chinese medicine, I feel we are focused more on the person. We focus on the constitution.
When you say
Yeah.
focus on the person, what do you mean? Can we just go in a little bit? I'm just going to tell everyone today the live talk is going to be longer than it's expected, but let's go with the flow. I love this. I mean, this is a good information for everyone who don't really know what TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, is. When you say TCM focus more on a person and the what is it, the constitution? What do you mean by that?
So when someone come in, for example, someone come in, it's like, oh, I have diabetes, right? And then another person A come for diabetes, or person B comes for diabetes as well. If it's Western medicine, this is the diabetes medicine. Maybe they just say, okay, different dose,
Yes.
right? But with Chinese medicine, maybe we give you different medicine because it's different people. So we actually look at what is the symptoms and signs for this person as well, because then maybe our diagnosis will be different as well, even though it's the same disease. But we don't say like, oh, this is diabetes, so this is the acupuncture points, and this is the medicine. No. So we always we ask what do you feel? What are you experiencing? And then also we see the body constitution. Some people born more likely to be more high temper, or some people more likely to gain weight. So it's also different. So we really focus on the individual, and the treatment itself, it's very customized, I
Unique,
guess.
customized, and unique.
Yeah, for the
I guess
person.
that also you answered Master's question, what you mean by constitution. I think you have just
Yeah.
answered him.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's good you let a lot of us know, and understand TCM is very
Yes, very
personalized from
personalized.
Celine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us just go back to our topic today. How depression rejuvenated your life. Maybe we can go in, when you were at that particular clinic practicing and you feel not being supported, and you feel you have a lot of doubting question, you questioning your own ability, you questioning life, you questioning all your time that you have spent, you questioning you being so naive. All this questioning is rolling in your mind. Until what point that you are so burnt out that you kind of go into a cocoon?
Yeah, I think like a lot of people, when they're under stress, their sympathetic nervous system is very activated, right? Like hyperactive. Then always is like three response, right? One is fear, fight, flight, or freeze. So I went into freeze. At the beginning, it was like fight while I was still in the clinic, and then after that, I freeze, and I literally cannot move. I become like very debilitated. Like I feel like I don't want to think, I don't want to talk, I don't want to wake up. I just sleep on the bed pretty much all the time. And that time actually I was preparing because I felt like I give up. And then I was preparing like my move back to Indonesia. And then I tell everyone, oh, everyone, I'm going back to Indo. I'm going to practice Chinese medicine in Indo. But actually slowly I just, becoming more and more horizontal, and I never move. I was packing, and then like I just stopped packing, and I don't want to do anything anymore. Yeah, basically.
How long was that? I believe by that time you have resigned from that position that
Yeah.
you were.
Yes, I resigned, and because we didn't have contract, so actually I just give them maybe like a week notice. I said like I'm not gonna come because I'm gonna go back to Indonesia. And then they were like, huh, but I don't even like care anymore about what they think and how they feel. I need to stop. I need to stop going. Yeah. I cannot go there
And
anymore. Yeah.
did you know that at that point of time when you just don't want to talk to anyone, did you know that you are in a depression? You have this
I
considered
no,
depression symptoms.
no, actually I didn't know that I was depressed. And I mean, I think in a way, when you are in healthcare, it's a very stigmatized label, like you have depression or you have anxiety, because a lot of people, they're like, I don't want to be treated by a doctor who has mental health condition. Yeah, or
Mm,
even not only mental health, but even just like generally, sometimes like, oh, well, the doctor's sick, so the doctor doesn't know how to care for their health. Then why do I want to be cared by such doctor? So sometimes doctors, they are a bit hard to speak about their disease or illnesses because it's
mm.
stigmatized. Yeah, and at that time, I maybe in denial, like I don't want to say I'm depressed, and also I think I don't even recognize it as well. I didn't know what I was experiencing was actually depression. I just, self judgment. I just thought I'm lazy. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I just
So
thought
so
like,
when
oh,
you
I'm just lazy. Yeah.
so when you are shutting down, when you just don't feel like
Mhm.
moving, a part of
Mhm.
you is judging yourself, thinking that I'm just being unproductive, I'm just being
Yeah.
lazy.
Yeah. And then I start to get headache as well because you're fighting with your mind. You just like have all of these things. You should do this. You should do that. But I don't want to do it. My body is like, no, I cannot move. I don't want. Then like, why? I cannot move. It's just like all of these crazy thoughts. And then sometimes you don't even have any space to think like, what am I experiencing? Is this depression? Like I can't even like get out of that and
Process it.
observe myself. Yeah.
Okay. And what happened? Can you recall what happened to you daily during that period? How long is this period?
Yeah, it was quite, yeah, because and I was also like experiencing memory loss. So actually a lot of the times I also forgot. And
Mm,
even things that are in the past, I also kind of forgot. That's when I really oh, this is actually quite serious. Because
mm.
depression can cause memory loss, like really severe symptoms. And it was just everything was just a blur. But it lasted maybe like for let's say 2017 mid, and then maybe like about a year was really I cannot function properly, but then after that maybe another half a year I can sort of function but still very limited. Yeah.
So now, Listia, so now when you look back, right? When you're looking back to your journey, we don't
Yeah.
go so into the journey yet, but looking back, what have caused your burnout until you feel so overwhelmed that you just want to shut down the world from you? Was it
Uh,
a cumulative thing, or it
it
is
is.
like
Yeah. Yeah, it is accumulative.
mhm,
And I feel like also it's more of also like a self-care, lack of self-care thing,
mhm,
because everyone see me. Yeah, everyone see me. I'm very similar. People who know Christina, I mean, you can even see Christina here, even people who don't know. Like we are very bubbly, we are very cheerful, we are
yes,
like humorous. And people see me, they always like later on, you are the least person that I thought will have depression. A
yes,
lot of people say this, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people with depression also will know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Out of everyone, like, actually depression is not just people who are like, sad songs, melancholy, and wear emo clothes and black. It's not all the time all depressed people like that. So it's kind of like whenever I'm not feeling okay, but I still have to put on this mask. I'm the one who like people come and, oh, let's go, like kind of like the life of the party, the mood
mm,
maker, you know. And I'm
mm,
also like if got anything, okay, let Listia organize, you know.
mm.
Yeah, okay, let her organize, she will everything excellent, and then pick the good places, even when I'm not okay and I don't want to do, I will just say okay, like people pleasing. Yeah,
Yeah.
so every time I say yes to people, it's like actually inside me I say no, you know. And then
So
at the
there's
end,
a
when,
lot of fight. So there's a
yeah,
lot of fight.
a lot of like the lack of this self-love thing I feel, and then it
Mm,
just accumulate. Every
mm,
time
mm.
it's no, 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 no. My heart say no, 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 but my mouth say yes, 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 and I'm just tired. Every time like that. Then when people don't appreciate, I angry. So it's like,
A
yeah,
lot of
very,
suppressions of what you
yeah,
truly
yeah,
feel. And at the same time, it all boils up, boils up, boils up. And then when you're going through that practicing, I believe that also have contributed and kind of like triggered the time bomb that you have buried inside your heart for such a long period. I'm just going to hold it here because we have a very, very active comments that's going on. And I think Master was saying thank you to you for answering about all the TCM questions. We have Sylvia. Hello, beautiful lady. Such an important topic. Yeah, and Sylvia is saying, I know this feeling with her heart shape. So true. Doctors are humans, are also humans. And this is okay. Selena's, wow, you mean depressive is also memory lost?
Yeah,
And
it can be.
it can be, right? And by you echo to it, yeah, I experienced this too, the memory loss things. Celine, oh, me too. Okay, so there are quite a few group who have had experience of depression in our audience. So true, like from the exterior, you look okay, but inside we are crushed. And then we have internal chatters and not listening to our voice. Suppression is what it is. Yani trying to live up to people's expectations, so tiring. Also, I believe one of the most trigger point, we have our regular Body Mind Soul regular Alan. So Listia, just so that you know, Alan has been our supporter all this while since we have started. Thank you, Alan, to join us today. We are here to really talk about depression, how depression has rejuvenated my life with Dr. Listia, all the way from Australia. And I believe, one of the most trigger point was really the recognition that you couldn't get through your practicing. Right. And somehow, and because of all the comments that you have gotten, and it just made you feel losing hope day by day. And like what you said earlier, the negative chatters that was looping in your mind.
That's right.
Daily.
Even there are positive things, like a lot of positive things, but in that state, you just cannot see it, You just the brain look for the negative things to confirm, yes, you are a no good person.
In a way, yes, you are a useless person. In a way,
yeah, confirm, validate that thoughts, that belief, that you are no good. Yeah.
And I believe one of the things that you really shared with us during our discussion was when you are in that state, your thoughts you deem it as it is not rational.
Yeah.
How so, Listia? Now, when you think about it, can I just ask you, how shut down are you? I mean, how shut down were you?
Oh, very shut down. I think a couple of people who know me, like my sisters here, they know how shut down I was. But basically, I don't turn on I disconnect and deactivate all of my social media. I don't answer calls. I don't respond to texts. I don't open door for people. And even to my
staying
family.
alone. And
Yes,
you're staying alone.
and I live by myself. And even my parents, I also don't reply or or I don't talk to anyone, basically. Yeah.
And that is your daily life. You
Yes,
just I feel can I say this right? You indulge yourself in that unstoppable looping thoughts of I'm not good enough, I'm lazy, I just don't want to talk to people. Okay.
Yes.
So if that's the case, how depressed were you when you look back now?
This is a very difficult question to answer, because I think the severity and the level of depression for everyone is quite different as well. And it's not like when we are depressed, it's like a constant, like, depressive state. It's a bit like weather, sometimes it's storming, sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's just drizzling. It's a little bit like that. So it's every day I have to check, is today storm or sunny? Yeah. So it's kind of like up and down. But because mine also have this severe social anxiety as well. Like, I was shut down and I don't want to go out as well, because I feel like meeting people is very overwhelming, even just a stranger. And then when I think about like coming out and people look at me, already think about all of these crazy, irrational thoughts, what they think about me.
Even though they are stranger.
Yeah, even though they're
And,
strangers.
and you can't help it.
Yeah, it's just, and then you actually recognize I'm being like, it's nonsense. It's not rational, but you just like, but why am I thinking like this? So you just think, oh my God, I'm crazy, like just, I'm crazy, but I can't stop. Then I don't know. It's like I cannot switch this mode basically. And at that time, you also self-sabotage. It's like you don't wanna find help as well. Because everything is like, it's like in a tunnel of darkness and you cannot see the light. It's like, even I find help, so what?
Nothing
You
will change.
really, yeah, it's like there's no hope like that. Yeah.
So every day you wake up to these thoughts.
Yeah. And then say, oh, why am I awake still? Why am I still here? I just want to go back to sleep again. I don't want to be awake.
Is
But
there a moment of time where you feel like you just want to give up life as it
oh,
is? You just want to give up this beautiful life that you
yeah.
already had.
Oh,
Did you?
definitely. Those thoughts are pretty constant.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, like, at some moment I actually research how to end my life painlessly, by
Mm,
drowning, by whatever, bang my head, like try to, what is the most quick and the most painless way to go.
mm,
Yeah, I
mm,
research
mm.
also,
I
but
just
luckily
want
I
to,
mm,
yeah, I just feel to kind of emphasize this to the audience why I asked this question, because I feel a lot of time a lot of us are feeling that this is a very taboo thing to talk about, but this is exactly what we need to be more open to share about. Again, I believe there is something that have hold you back to
yes,
continue. That's why you are here to share this journey together with
yeah,
us.
yeah,
So in that mode, when you have gone to the extra mile to research about it, what was
mm.
your pillar at that point of time?
I think at that time, really, even sometimes I hear like a feeling, or like I hear maybe like a voice, let's say, like, to not do it. But sometimes I just like, but it's like, so I don't know what to do. I'm stuck and I don't know how to go on. So what's the point, you know?
Mm,
But then and sometimes I put on schedule, next
mm,
Wednesday, I will do it next Wednesday.
mm,
So I can go through this week,
mm,
because next Wednesday everything will end. This feeling will end.
mm,
But then Wednesday come, and then because at that time I don't care about myself right anymore,
mm,
even I'm here or not here. At that time I told you, I don't even care, and I don't even think about people who love me, what will happen to them, what will
mm,
they think,
mm,
but the my for me, my light at that time is basically my two cats, my pets. I've had them since they're baby, since they're 12 weeks, and now they are 11, 12 years. And I at that time I just keep thinking, if I end my life, what will happen to them? It's
mm,
their life is like my responsibility.
mm.
And people around me, they don't like cats that much. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like they will just, my mind just, then they will just go to a pound, a
Mm.
shelter, and then I
In
don't
a
know what will
way,
happen to them.
like at that point of time, as irrational as it sounds, right?
Yeah,
You value the two cats' life
yeah,
more
more
than
than
your own life.
more than my
And,
own life, basically.
and
Yeah,
that is the exact reason why you are still here, right?
yeah, they're my life savior, my first life saviors, let's say, because
Yeah,
after that there are many, many, many others.
yeah, which we will be sharing, which I believe
Yeah.
it will be a very um I believe today's talk will be very, very helpful in a way, because I just want to highlight this to all of the audience here, whether you are watching it live or whether you are watching this replay, because all Body Mind Soul live talk, yeah, we are always available on our Facebook as well as on our YouTube channel. Maybe we have friends or family who are going through similar things, and it is very important for us to kind of pay that a little extra awareness or attention to little things like this, because like Listia have shared with all of us, the least person that her friends would thought that will have depression was Listia. because Listia has always been a very bubbly, very happy person, a person that can do everything, So we have some questions over here, and we will go into the cat story, because I remember you told us a very unique cat stories that I really wish, Listia, you can share with all the audience. Okay. So Alan over here, depression doesn't happen one day, I guess. Exactly.
That's
Don't know the
true. That's
source.
true.
It can be two part. One is too many negative thinking. One is our brain short of certain chemical elements. Maybe Listia, you can also answer this a little bit from the TCM perspective.
Yes, I mean, like, if you want to go like scientific, right? Yes, the brain short of certain chemical elements, that's true. However, like, because I'm also in healthcare, right? And I do know what is the effect of antidepressants. So even though you know that, okay, this chemical lacking, that chemical lacking, just certain medicine is not, it will not just fix. Otherwise, then there'll be no depression in the world. It's already fixed, it's a fixed curable, but it's not. So it's like, in a way, having too much knowledge is also like, at that time, it's a curse for me, because I feel like, yeah, actually, taking antidepressants, the side effect is also can be more suicidal thoughts. So it's like, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to even feel even worse than this. So, and yeah, so even though, like, yes, maybe it is chemical elements, but I guess at that time, you don't even care about the why, I guess, at that time. Yeah,
Yeah, because you at that point of time, you really don't value
I
your
just have
your
to survive.
existence. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Celine, thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing your experience, such an insight of how a person experienced depression. Amar, the cat saved you. Alan
Yeah.
over here, a perfectionist, a type personality prone to depression.
Yeah, can be. And there's a lot of
Can
people
be.
who is high function. At that time, I was not non-functioning depression. But many people, it's high functioning depression. And those
High
are
functioning depression, what do you mean? Like they
so
can still go out?
yeah. They still excellent at work. They still social, blah blah blah. And then this type of people is even more, I guess, dangerous, because it's just one out of nowhere one day. Yesterday he was normal, go to work, then suddenly jump off the building,
Mm,
because they're just suppressing so much, but they don't want people to see their depression, to
mm,
see that they have this thing inside them, and they're like, I don't want to be like open and people see, and but
mm,
they say
mm,
like, but I cannot stand these feelings anymore. So high
mm,
functioning depression, it's just one day they also gone like that.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna make the mood a little lighter
Mm.
by going into the cat stories again, because
Yeah.
when you told us the cat stories, like how the cat had kind of like saved your life, can you share with
Yeah.
us? Because you don't want to go out, so I
Yeah.
assume you hardly eat,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
At that time, you don't want to care for yourself. Yeah.
You just want to sleep the entire day.
Yeah. And so, like, I guess, like, the only thing I do is either sleep, or yeah, clean my cat's toilet, and also feed my cats, because they will not leave me alone. They just come and said, feed me, feed me, feed me. They don't care, are you feeling okay to feed me or not? No, they just feed me, I'm hungry. So I always have to check their food, and if it's running out, I'm like, oh my god, I have to go and buy. And I guess at that time, post is not so convenient as now, because after COVID, now post is so convenient, right? And I also scared, because I have to go down to get the post and see my receptionist. I don't want. So I'm like,
Wow.
okay. So what I do is, I have a supermarket nearby that close at 11, and I have to psych myself up from the morning. I have to go to supermarket tonight. I have to go to supermarket tonight. I have to go to supermarket tonight. It's just like 5 minutes drive from my place. And I'm also still very anxious to drive, but at least it's 5 minutes. And also, because I'm like, if it's at night, there's no one. So it's okay to drive. So yeah, about like 10:45, I quickly drive. I quickly drive to the supermarket, buy their food. I also, like, cover everything, put hoodie, put cap. I don't want people to recognize me. I don't want people to see me. And I go to the the one that you can self check out, so I don't have to see people. And then might as well, since I'm there, I also buy some food for myself. If it's not because of that, I will not buy food for myself and I will not feed myself. But because I have to buy the cat food, then I also buy the food for myself. Yeah, and then quickly come back, quickly come back, quickly come
So,
back. So
wow. So if that's the case, well, let's say that every day you are fighting with a lot of thoughts. Does that drain you?
yes, very, very
Mm.
draining because it's just a battle between you and yourself.
And a part of you, you know, this is not right. So,
Mm,
because especially like you say, you have so much of knowledge, you know, in terms of
mm,
all these things, because you come from
mm,
a practicing medicine background, and
mm,
at the same time, consistently the thoughts is running. So I'm
mm.
sure your body, your mind, your soul, it's all very drained out at that point of
Yeah.
time.
And even like things that I never really experienced before, like for example, like I never really have problems with sleeping. I never have problems with bowel motion. I never have problems with headache, but I have like so many things. My body is like, I have like blinding headaches, like maybe almost migraine, and I have I think mostly constipation, but it's like kind of alternating between constipation and loose bowel movement, and also severe insomnia. So I sleep at 6 in the morning and I wake up like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So my it's like a vampire Dracula
Mm,
lifestyle. And
mm.
at night, because I cannot sleep, what I do is I bake.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't even bake good, and I'm not a good baker now, but it's just something for me to do and also to like move my hands.
mm.
More than often it fail, it burn, and it's like rock hard. I cannot eat, but I just have to do
Have
something.
to do something to bring
Yeah,
yourself out of the thought, correct?
yeah. It's like, yeah, kind of focus on like something. Yeah,
Mm, mm.
I
Okay,
make a lot of.
let me just pull out some comments over here. Oh, I used to be so highly functioning, depressed, and had no idea what was wrong with me. And of
Mm,
course, you know, Awaken the Divine You Master Umesh program saved her life. And I'm sure we will go into that as well. And
mm.
Vivian over here, this is funny. While I'm there, I also buy food for myself. Must be your higher self prompting you.
Yeah, I think so too. But the crazy thing is also like when I eat, I feel guilty
Oh, why
because
so?
it's like, oh, I'm making myself better. It's really crazy thoughts. It's really, sometimes I feel like I don't want to share to people because the things that I'm thinking is really crazy. It's
Mm,
okay.
mm.
And then you
But
feel like, doesn't make sense. Of course you want to be better, right?
mm,
Yes and no. It's very, yeah.
consistently in the fighting mode with your thoughts inside you. But Listia, what is that? How did you bring yourself out of this? You know.
Oh, well, the one thing really is the support of my loved ones, the people around me, my sister Ingrid, and Yenny, and my mom and my dad, of course, and then all of my friends that I willingly and unwillingly accept into my life again. So this is also another story that I want to share. I'm not sure if she's here, but
Please, please.
yeah, I have a good friend. So I basically, in the short answer, is unconditional love and unconditional acceptance of
Mm.
my condition.
And your behavior.
Yeah, yeah, because I keep pushing people away, at that time.
Mm.
And so one friend, I think it was already like almost 6 months, and she's very concerned because I never reply, of course, and
Mm.
she doesn't know what's going on.
Mm.
And so I live in an apartment building where there is
Mm.
a security guard and receptionist downstairs, and they
Mm.
are not allowed to open our door, even though they do have the key in case of emergency.
Okay.
It's like basically a sackable offense because it's like a intrusion, right? Like
Mm.
it's a private, you know. Then my friend came to me at 10 p.m. at night
Okay.
and tell the security guard to open my door to check on me. And then of course the security guard doesn't want, because it's
Mm.
like, no, I cannot do that. It's not allowed. But she was super concerned that she said, I will not budge here until you open, because I'm really, really concerned about her well-being and her safety. And if she turns out dead, I will blame it on you. I
Wow.
think to be honest, I think that's, I don't know if it's my imagination or if she shared with me. But at the end, the security guard actually agreed to open the door. And I was shocked because I already like 6 months in my cocoon, never opened the door. And then suddenly the door is open, and then she came in, and I can see, the horror and the terror on the security guard's face, because he's like, oh my god, I'm so fired. But I just tell him like, no, it's okay, I know her, I won't tell anyone, just go. And then
Now
when
you are
she came
telling
in,
the whole world, though.
yeah, he's not here anymore. He doesn't work in this building anymore.
Okay, please
Yeah,
continue.
and then my friend, she came in and she just
What's her
burst.
name? What's her name?
Oh, her name is Singi. I don't know if she's here.
Yes. Please
Yeah,
continue. So he
she's
came
my
in.
Malaysian friend, and she immediately burst crying. And this is my friend who doesn't even cry at her own wedding, because she's
Wow.
very non-crying person. And
Mm.
that's when I know, oh dang, I am in trouble. Yeah, I am in big trouble. And she sit down, and she just say, at that time I was so numb that I don't even
Mm.
react. She cry, I just like, okay. I just said, oh, I'm in trouble, this is serious. But that's it, I don't have like emotional reaction. Yeah, maybe
Mm.
my emotional
Mm.
reaction is more like fear, because I was in that
Mm.
paralyzed, right? And
Mm.
she, because I was like, oh my god, like 6 months I've been like hiding, and then suddenly someone, no, you know and then she's here in the vicinity. And she said, I will not move until you tell me what's happening, what's going on. And I was just like, but I couldn't really speak. She say, don't give me the excuse of busy, okay? That will not fly at all. You have to say what happening. And I even say, like, because she's actually, at that time, she was a mother of a 2-year-old child, a daughter, and also have the husband. And I was like, it's already late, don't you have to go home? Because I want her to leave.
Sure.
I don't
Sure.
want. And she's like, do not distract me, do not change the topic, I will sit here until you say, until you tell me. And I think maybe for like hours, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I it's just like, it's just racing thoughts, like, oh, should I say this? And then what? And then what if she thinks like this? What if she say like this? It's just, every time I want to say something, it just, I swallow back. I think she stay until like 3 a.m. or something. But I didn't exactly say
Mm.
anything to her. I think maybe she
You
say
find it very
anything.
hard to explain your situation, do you?
It's really hard to articulate what
Mm.
I'm feeling, because I don't even know what is this. I don't recognize
Mm.
it. It's like you eat
Mm.
something new, and then it's like, I don't know what is this, sour, bitter, like, because you never taste, so you don't know how to explain. So it's a little bit like that. I
Mm.
don't know what I'm feeling, and the things that I recognize is horrible thoughts that I don't want to say to anyone.
Mm. Mm.
So, and I'm like, what if I say, then people worry? What if I say, then people will pity? What if I say, then people will, it's just constant, like, what if,
Constant,
what if,
or a
what
lot
if?
of what if of others' judgment,
Yeah. What
and
will
you
they
don't
do? What
feel,
will they react? Yeah.
and you don't feel safe at all. Yeah.
No, I
Do
don't
you
feel
feel
safe.
safe?
No, I
No.
don't feel safe at all. Yeah. Even it's my very good friend. I know like nothing will happen, but I just cannot at that time.
And it's
But
it's such an inexplainable behavior that a part of you know this is not true, but that's exactly what I'm feeling right now.
yeah, and that's that's
Right.
that's why you also feel very out of touch with the world. You feel so disconnected, because I feel like, why am I thinking and feeling like this? It's not normal. So
Mm.
you feel like very detached to the real world, let's say. Yeah.
Mm. And I have a lot of comments here. Elaine is saying Sini is an angel for breaking into Listia's place to save her life. Bayu, I cry a bit. Your friend is so kind and loving. Agree, Elaine. And I'm very touched at this point, Sini. And Angelia, hello. Hi, Angelia. Nice
Hi,
seeing you. Where you
Angel.
from? Okay.
Yeah.
So what did Sini do at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. At the end, she called Uber because I said like, I think you should go home. And I also not really say much,
Mm,
but she just basically say like, we need to do something. We need to do something. And then she tried to like, which is what I was a little bit scared of. She's like, let's find a psychologist. Let's find a doctor. Let's find someone who can help you. And let's make the appointment now before I
mm,
leave this house. And I got really scared. I was like, no, 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 I don't want. And then I think she can see I withdraw more. And then I think at the end she was like, okay, I will not push you, but I will not give up on like helping you, basically.
okay.
And at that time she was like, anyway, please, do not ignore me anymore. If I message or whatever, you have to reply. And even if you don't have energy or you don't want to reply, at least reply at one point, even if you cannot do it immediately. And it's like, if even if you cannot form a sentence or whatever, at least put like a letter A or something, like at least something that I know that you are still alive. So I was kind of like, okay, just because out of everyone, basically, besides my family, of course, she's the only one who knows, like
Mm,
the only person who knows at that time. Yeah.
mm. And after this breaking in episode, what happened next between you and her?
Yeah, between me and her. So basically, once in a while, because she's actually very busy as well. She's a mother, she's a wife, and she's also a business owner.
Mm,
So I also always feel like, oh, what if I intrude her, her life, her busy life. But she said no. When I have time, I will tell you. Okay, this day, you come, and then you come and just play with my daughter. At that time, her daughter was 2. It's like, I'm busy. I will do this and that, la la la. But it's okay. You just come to my house and then you just play with her. And I was just like, okay. Just like, I don't have energy to fight or whatever. So at
mm,
that time, sometimes she asked me to go. Sometimes I say yes. Sometimes I say no. Sometimes I say yes. But then on the day it was storming in
mm,
my. Then I said I cannot come. Then she already said it's okay. Next time, if you cannot
mm,
come today, it's okay. Next time.
mm,
And yeah, so I basically that was my life. Either like becoming like the antisocial cocoon, or
mm.
I go to her house to play with the daughter. And yeah,
Did you ever reply before?
uh, I, I I
You know,
I
mm,
I can't really remember. I think I did, but then maybe it extended to okay or no or yes. So very just
so
very
slowly, she's kind of like guiding you back to a
yeah,
conversation. At least
yeah,
a yes, no, okay, no.
yeah, yeah. When
Mm,
she have spare time, she will like, hey, you wanna come have lunch? And I'm like, no. What about to my place? I said, okay. So she
mm,
kind of like, I think, gauge also from that, like how, okay, she's scared of this, she's not scared of this, she's okay with this, she's not okay with that. Yeah.
mm,
So she
mm,
kind of
mm.
adjusts to what I can take and what I cannot take. Yeah.
But Listia, even given the situation, you have a friend break into your house and then insist that reply me. But
Yeah.
what is that one thing that kind of draw you away or draw you out from all those repeating thoughts that you've been having?
I think actually her daughter is really one of my turning point, because
Mm,
when I play with her daughter, it's kind of like bringing me in touch with joy again. Because what, children, they don't care lah. They don't care about your achievement. How old are you? Are you married? Like what are you doing? How much how much your salary? They just come and they just happy. Oh, someone is coming to play with me. And then just see my face. Ah, Auntie Listia, yes, yeah. Okay, let's play. That time she's very addicted to snakes and ladders, and she doesn't want to play anything else. So whenever I'm there, even 2 hours, 3 hours, that's all I play: snakes and ladders 1,000 of time. And she's just so happy to just play with me, and I feel like that's that joy from playing, it's contagious. And when she was that time, she was also very cute, so you also just laugh at her antics, at what she say and what she do. And that's I started to have this like little candle,
That kind
little
of
like
spark a little bit of your joy and life,
yeah, the
spark
joy
your
the gift,
life again.
the joy of life. It's start to yeah. And then when you already have the little fire, then you start to feel a bit better, basically better
Mm.
about yourself. Yeah,
So in this way, I would say that even though you are so numb, like how your friend react, she's crying, you are
yeah,
just numb
yeah,
and you can't respond. But a child who is at that age, so pure,
yeah,
so pure. Basically, it's just
yeah.
so
It
pure.
is very
And when they
pure.
laugh, they just laugh from their heart. So it kind of keep you in every actions and kind of like move you forward bit by bit. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very inspiring, because children is also very honest. When they are sad, they cry. When they're angry, they yell. And it's just at that time, I can't even feel my emotion, or whatever emotion I have. I'm so scared to express. So
Mm.
looking like interacting with her, she's just so like everything instant. Happy laugh, sad cry, and then so I feel like it's like kind of like contagious, that kind of
And
energy.
in a way, is teaching you.
Yeah. Yeah. It teach me how
Mm.
to be normal at life. Like, let's say like that. Something like that. Yeah. I become less and less numb the more I interact with her. Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm. And I believe, along your journey, in our discussion, right, you did mention that your mom and
Mm,
also the rest of perhaps knowing people that knows that you're going through this journey, right? They and it's like a stereotype. Hey, come on, you're a doctor. You know what to do.
yeah.
All right.
So it
Why
was
don't you
like that.
do something to help yourself?
It was like that at the beginning,
Mm,
and I feel like it's a little bit more difficult, I guess. Like, I feel like Asian society, I feel like mental health is even more stigmatized.
mm,
So I feel like at that time they don't understand, because people don't talk about it that much, or they talk about it, then it's like they have all of these like judgments and presumptions about what actually it is. So
mm,
at the beginning, my mom was, yeah, like that, like just before I come back and then pack up, right, just before I descend into the darkness, like I actually went back to Indo for about a month. And that was the time when I started to descend a little bit. But my mom was like, why are you always sleeping? Why you always don't come out of your room? And she was very angry, and she was like, you were a doctor, why you behave this way? Why don't you like do things that are good for you? you know and that was also part of the reason why I also feel a bit scared. Oh, if I go back to Indo, um what will be the dynamic? If I really
mm,
descend into total darkness, then what will happen? I got so scared.
mm.
So at the end, though, actually, my mom actually did Awaken the Divine You program, and then
With Master Umesh,
with
right?
the Master Mesh, yeah, yeah. The first was Ingrid, right? Ingrid
Mm.
did, and actually, when Ingrid did, I think that was the year I got
Okay,
into the.
by the way, to all the audience, Ingrid is Listia's sister. So
Oh yes, yes,
just so that
she's in
people
the
know.
chat as well. Yeah. So she was the first who tried to. I think a lot of my friends also actually go to her and ask, "Is your sister okay?" So I really have to thank Ingrid as well, because she become like my
Guardian.
my manager. Yeah, a lot of people also like go to her, or even I think my parents also maybe like, "Oh, what's wrong with your sister? Da, da, da. I think she's the one like this. Okay, just give her space, blah blah blah." And when she speak to me as well, and I cannot reply or whatever, she also like don't take it personally. So a lot of the time, at that time, I feel like, what if I don't reply and then friendship end and people take it personally. So that was one of the reason why I feel like I don't wanna also say a lot of my thoughts and feelings, because I feel like people will make it about them. It's my fault. I am not a good friend. I'm not a good parent. I'm not a good blah blah. I didn't do enough for you. That's why now you're in this state. And at that time, I already tired just to maintain my own existence. I don't have the energy to comfort others, to say like, no, it's not your fault, blah blah blah. Because the things that I'm undergoing was upsetting. And I don't want to see people upset because then I feel guilty. So it's like I don't want this to be on my shoulder to make people concerned, worry, and pity me. That's why I also cut. Yeah, because at that time, previously in the past, people always come to me for advice. People always come to me, blah blah. So it's like I kind of know like what their reaction will be. So in a way, that's why like, oh, if I say this, I think they will. Which actually is confirmed later on while I was strong enough. They all say all of it's my fault. I was a bad friend. Da 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 la la la. So that time, a lot of these concerns and whatever they all come to Ingrid. And Ingrid at that time, while I was in my darkness, Ingrid did the first year, and Ingrid was doing the Awaken the Divine You program. And then I think, of course, then she knows spiritually, energetically what's happening with me. And she gave me space. I guess, I guess I know she sent me a lot of love and healing. And then she also asked me to come. But of course, I just ignore, right? The first year. The second year, then my mom did the Awaken the Divine You. And I guess she also started to understand about what I'm going through. And she actually comes to Melbourne sometimes, maybe for 5 days, 7 days, doesn't matter. And she just let me be, when I
She
cannot.
changed from having that kind of conclusions in the past to just letting you be when she was there with you after she have taken the course.
Yeah. She becomes very, let's say, very. I feel like her heart become really open, and like her old mode was like the way to love is to criticize. But then the new mode after the Awaken the Divine program, I feel is very unconditional, very accepting.
And she holding the space for you to be who you are at that point of time. If you feel like talking, you talk to her. If you don't feel like talking, she leave you.
Yeah, and she doesn't take it personally, and because especially with parents, of course there will be like, my daughter is like this, maybe it's because of me, maybe I don't do enough, I have to fix her, like. But at that time, I just like, no, please just don't just don't push me to do anything, to be anything. Please just let me be. And she was doing that basically. She comes once in a while, maybe every 3 months, every 4 months, every 5 months, and she just come to check I'm alive. And then she cook, and then she just do her own thing. She doesn't like, come exercise with me. Let's do it. No, she not even that. She just like, oh, you want to sleep? Okay, sleep. If you want to eat, then the food is here. She just let me be.
And that gives you a sense of safety, I believe.
Yes, it's like, oh, even I'm like this, it's okay. Yeah, even I cannot function, it's okay. Something like that. Yeah.
And I believe one of another change should be that you attended Awaken after that.
Yes, definitely. I mean, before the Awaken,
Awaken the Divine You,
I was in
before
a way, before the program. I think one of the things that really, really shifted my state was also connecting to Mother Earth. So when my mom and my sister was here, I think at that time it's like, don't know what to do. And then I kind of like already start to kind of come out of my shell a bit because I feel safe, right? So I was like, we go camping, and then they're like, okay, let's do whatever you want to do, let's do it, And then that's when
this thought is just out of the blue, Listia.
Yeah, it's actually quite random. Now that I think about it, it's quite random. Like why camping? I also don't know. But I think I remember I went camping like how many years ago, and it was fun. And then I just like, why maybe we should go camping. And then just one night, just sleeping, on the ground under the stars. The next day, I feel for the first time in that 2 years, I feel normal. Normal.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel
When you
like
say normal, can you explain a little bit more?
it's like you
Normal in
wake
this.
up without that feeling of despair and excessive fear. Like
Mm,
it's a little bit difficult to explain, but basically, oh, it's not darkness, like that kind of feeling anymore.
mm, mm.
And then I'm like,
Does
oh,
it
I
give
feel
you
like,
like
oh,
a sense of, yeah, please go ahead.
I feel like who I was, like come back to who I was, like that kind of feeling.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
true that, it's true that a lot of us, a lot of experts out there always says that Mother Nature heals us, heal
yeah,
our body, heal our mind, heal our soul, whether you know it or not. But at this point of time, because your drastic change is so extreme, that is why
yeah,
it gives you that awareness that suddenly sleeping on the
yeah.
ground, looking at the
Just
starry
just one
night.
night. Yeah, just one night. And now I look back, I understand. Oh, it was grounding because at that time I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in my body. So I was like
Mm,
floating. I don't know where. Then
mm,
that's why I was so numb as well. Then I disconnected from everything, and I feel
mm,
that reconnection to nature. It reconnected me to myself, and it also
mm,
grounds me. Yeah,
mm,
and so that time after that, I become really obsessed with camping because the more I go camping, the more I feel normal, and
mm,
the more I feel like, oh, I can feel happiness, I can feel joy, like I can feel emotions, I can react normally, and I don't have as much fear and anxiety as before. And that's when I
mm,
actually found a job. So I came back to working, but it was not practicing. It was just as like a clinic manager. But I still not open to like tell people. It's still just like Sinyi and one of my friend here, Elaine, like very selective people, because I have to like maintain, my energy is still not big enough. I'm not strong enough. And then, but after 1 year working, I start to feel a bit depressed again, and I'm already like a bit alarmed. Oh my god, what if I go back? What if I
mm,
go back?
mm,
But I do feel my symptoms are managed, but the roots is still not uh, the roots of the depression is still not touched yet,
mm,
and
mm.
which is the self-love thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was the when I did the Awaken the Divine You, which is like the third time Ingrid asked me, do you want to go? And I said, okay. I just I give up. Okay, you asked me 3 times already. And actually, I think when she asked, it was still like almost a year before the actual program happened, which is in 2020. And
Mm.
when I said yes, she immediately signed me up and she immediately paid, so I cannot escape. And she said, you have 1 year to prepare mentally, because at that time I'm too scared to even fly. But I'm like,
Okay,
okay, I think I can do this
understood.
one year. Yeah.
Um,
So,
you know what? I'm just gonna pull out some comments. I really respect Listia for opening up on having had depression, especially her being a healthcare practitioner. Salute.
yeah.
And
Thank you, Vivian.
Listia, next time you come to KL, I'll get Michael to play with. He is the king of snakes and
Okay,
ladders. All right. We have Susie over here. Hello, Christina and Listia.
oh, hi,
Um,
Susie.
I would like to pull out a comment from Alan. What can we do to help them or people who
Mm,
are in this zone? I believe, through the story sharing, and again, dear audience and dear viewers, all these are really personal stories from Listia. It doesn't mean it fits all, because again, Listia has been sharing that depression is a very broad scope. Everyone has their own journey, but on a nutshell, I believe, in a lot of us who are in depression, they don't feel safe to express what they truly feel. They don't feel safe to express who they truly are, and therefore they have been suppressing. And one of the best way is really to show unconditional love. And I believe, Listia, through your sharing, your friend Sini has demonstrated unconditional love perfectly. Just holding that space, giving you that freedom to be who you are, because she wasn't pushing you as well. She didn't push you to her expectation. She didn't push you to how she view what is the schedule like, like you must do this by now, you should be better, 3 months down the road, you should heal. You should blah, blah, blah. So I believe your friends and your mother has been showing tremendous unconditional love. And when we say unconditional love, is truly, truly allowing that person be there, be her or be himself, but not giving up on this person. Just holding that space, and don't push. At the same time, you have mentioned a few times, and when that person is is rejecting you, like for instance, you reject your
Push
friends,
away.
push you away. Don't take it personally. You know what, Listia, this particular sharing had kind of healed me, because I'm serious. One of the reasons that bring me to Body Mind Soul, that bring me to the golden space, that bring me to do this live talk is really a friend of mine committed suicide, and I've shared it before. I feel I didn't do enough. But you come from the other perspective. You are trying to, you have said something like, it has nothing to do with you. It was just us at that point of time. That part really healed me instantly just now when you were sharing, and I just feel like sharing it with everyone over here. So as a friend, don't take it too personally, but do not give up. I believe that is very important, and hold that unconditional space, even as a family member as well. So Listia, you are a doctor, a practicing doctor at this point of time. How has this experience been helping you?
So I feel like what I have experienced, right? Because I was in that state, so I know like how it feels, what sort of things that you are thinking. I mean, I know that there are people maybe who have other thoughts, but there's this similarity of like, feeling that you can't explain, and the horrible thoughts and the self-negative talk. These are all quite common, the commonality between us. Then I feel like now when my patients talk to me, about like their depressive symptoms and signs, and I can relate, and I can tell them, so you feel this way, right? And then sometimes you feel that it's like, yes, correct. Like no one knows. And even sometimes they go to the psychologist, to get counseling and stuff. It doesn't mean that the psychologists really understand, because they know from the book, but maybe they never gone through depression, or maybe if they have, maybe they are not open. So I feel that now my journey during that time, the depression and the social anxiety, it's really a blessing to me, because after I did my Awaken the Divine You program, I did a lot of inner work. I put a lot of work into how to self-love myself, how to self-care myself, how to like switch this negative self-talk, how to release all of my limiting beliefs about myself, and about my self-worth, that I'm good enough. I feel that finally I feel like I have crossed like this tunnel, and um, I feel that I am now okay. I am now okay to practice again. I gather enough courage, and I gather enough faith in myself. So I come back to practicing, and I decided, because I have this experience, I want to specialize and focus on mental wellness and emotional wellness. And which before before this experience, actually I steer clear, because I feel like it's very heavy, it's unfamiliar, and it's a bit scary, because I feel like I don't know what if I do something wrong. But now I feel like, no, I have gone through this, I have gone through this, and I have been through the tunnel, and I've gone, out of the tunnel as well. I'm sure that I can actually help people, guide people through this tunnel as well, and actually tell them that what you're experiencing, it's okay, it's normal. And so the first thing when they come and they said like, oh, I'm here because I have depression, anxiety, blah blah blah. I said, oh, me too. And they said, really? He said, yeah, me too, I have. And then it gives them this like safe space for them to actually express because I said, yeah, I had these thoughts, and they said, me too. So they feel like, oh, she understands. And I
Mm,
felt like I found my place, where I belong. So I really feel that. And then, of course, a lot of the things that works for me when I'm overcoming this, I share with them. This is what works for me. You can try. I
mm,
always say, connect with nature, grounding. Go and play with a child. You know, and even do some inner work and be gentle, be kind to yourself, and it's
mm.
okay. Just say it's okay. It's okay to yourself. Yeah.
I just want to highlight a little bit when Listia is sharing about inner work, it's really about inner work in her context is do some self-discovery, rediscover yourself. What are the things that you've been suppressing? What are the things that it was the most fearful for you to share? Perhaps that could be one step, go in to understand how emotions have how much you have been suppressing, what kind of emotions you have been suppressing, so that is what we call inner work, to know ourselves better. Go inward, to do some work inside us, right? And I believe, that anxiety, that exactly sums up, how depression has rejuvenated your life, and it becomes
Yeah.
a positive motivation, I would say. Yeah, can I sum it that way? It becomes a
Yes.
positive motivation that you can reach out to more people because you truly, truly understand them. Because at that point of time, you feel the world, no one would understood what you
Yes.
are going through. No one can understand why my mind flickering like that. Crazy. Am I really crazy? But you being a practicing TCM doctor and you open it up, and I believe with your knowledge of TCM and your own experience, it gives more value to your patient, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And it also, because at that time I noticed like the biggest thing that I felt that time was also like isolation and disconnection, right? And I felt that just saying that, I know what you're going through and it's okay. I'm here with you. Let's go through this together. Okay. I'm here as a guide, as a support. And that already give like one connection to them that makes them grounded.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm,
And
mm,
um and then I of course do Chinese medicine treatment, like acupuncture, herbal medicine, which is, I feel like it's more of like also support to rebalance, to self, for the body to regulate itself, physically and energetically. But of course, like when I talk to them about what I have experienced and what has worked for me, I guide them through the inner work as well, because
mm.
I truly believe like this is the core of the treatment actually.
Mm, Okay, we have a comment over here. Yes, the most important things are the actions to show them that you will never leave them alone because you will always love them. Heart shape from
Yeah.
Yanni, and your
Yanni
sister
is
have
my
a funny.
Yanni is my sister as well, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yanni is your sister. I don't know Yanni. I only know Ingrid.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Ingrid saying maybe now for Listia, self love is going to supermarket and buying for herself, and then might as well food for cats. That's a good one, Ingrid. I like that
Yeah,
week.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so to all the audience, thank you so much for joining with us. And one of the things that, if you wish to connect with Listia, you can always find her over here. I can't find that. Can please someone? Okay. Yes, you can connect with Dr. Listia, yeah, at her Facebook or even IG. You just need to search for Listiani Astuti. If you want to talk to her, if you feel like, what her sharing is really something worth for you to go in and understand better, or if you want more tips from her directly, you can connect with her. Or again, I would like to welcome everyone to join us on Body Mind Soul community as another form of support. It is free for everyone to join, where you will find all sorts of guidance in terms of contents, as well as in articles, as well as in audio, where you can find your answers in it as well. So Listia, before we truly end this live talk tonight or today, I believe over there is already evening.
Yeah.
What is that one last takeaway for two group of people? One are those who are listening now, who might finally understood they are having depression. The other
Mm.
one is to those who have loved ones going through it. So
Mm.
let's go with the ones that perhaps is finally recognizing that, oh yeah, so these are the symptoms, and yes, I am having depression. So what is your last takeaway for them?
Yeah. So for those who is undergoing depression, I think my message is don't lose hope. It might feel like at that time it's just really all darkness, but actually the light is still there. You just cannot see or feel it because you
Mm,
are trying to like numb yourself because you don't want to feel the pain, right?
mm.
But you still have so much going for you. We still need you here because if
Wow.
you're not needed, you're already not here. That's it. But the fact that you are still here, it's because you are still needed. You are still needed, and there's still so
Someone
much
out there
going
might
through.
need to hear your story one
Yeah,
day,
there's
like
still
what
there.
you have gone
Yeah,
through.
exactly. And there is oh, this is what I also shared with Christina the other day. People who have a strong death wish, right? When we are undergoing so much darkness, because there's something called yin and yang. There's no
Mm,
light without darkness. There's no minus without positive. It just doesn't exist. It's the law of universe. One has to
mm,
balance each other. So people who have a high death wish, they also have high life wish. It's just because life doesn't go accordingly to what you want. That's why it's so much pain. That's why you go the other way. But actually the potential for you to achieve life is also very high if you just persevere. If you just persevere, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I'm 1,000% say this. You just have to persevere and just keep on holding to your light, because you just have to find what is it that you are le- what is the blessing behind the depression. Because right now for me it's becoming my life purpose, and I am so glad, I didn't go through with it, at that time, because at the
mm,
moment my life, I feel it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful,
mm,
and it can happen for you too. Yeah.
mm. How about for those who are having their loved ones going through depression?
I think you have summarized it pretty perfect already. Unconditional love and unconditional acceptance. Don't give up on them, and don't take it personally, because when they are pushing you away, it's not personal. It's not because you are not this and that, da da da, whatever, or it's because she is blah blah blah. Just don't worry about the drama and just be there, because like it's sometimes like when it's storm, it's really overwhelming. I'm telling you, it takes every energy,
Ounce.
yeah, every ounce of our cell to just exist and wake up. So it's really not because of what you do or what you did or blah blah blah. And don't make it about you as well when you want to talk to them. And just check in, just check in. Are you okay? Are you not okay? If you are not okay, it's okay. You can talk to me when you are okay again. I will be here waiting for you. Like this kind of things, not pushing, but also just be there for them unconditionally. Yeah, it's really important because this is what I feel helped me, yeah, with my loved ones. Yeah.
And with that, I would say thank you very much to Listia. We have a lot of thank you messages. So love, love, love today's session.
Thank
Piu Piu Piu, thank
you.
you for sharing, Listia. Elaine, thank you, Liz, for sharing your story once again. You are so brave, girl, and I'm super proud of you. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
Thank you,
expressed enough
Elaine.
on behalf of Body, Mind, Soul. It's really, really our honor to have you share your story so openly. You just open up yourself entirely for us in with one intention to really inspire hope in everyone, to really impact life positively. Thank you, Listia. We have Suki. Thank you for sharing your story and a lot of
Thank
hardship also
you.
from
Thank
your
you. Thank
sister.
you.
And thank you to
Thank you.
all the viewers.
Thank you,
Yes, please.
Christina, and thank you, Body Mind Soul, for having me here for giving me a platform to share my story as well. Thank you so much. And
Yes,
thank you everyone for coming. Thank you.
and you know what? To all of you out there, do share out this live talk because it's always available. And if you find, it is something that you wish to highlight to one of your friends, just copy the link and share it out the live talk. At the same time, once again, I would like to welcome everyone to join Body Mind Soul community. You really will find a lot of important solutions on top of what Listia have shared that perhaps can help you as well, or help your loved one as well. Yeah. So with that, I would say have a great evening and also a great weekend. Tomorrow will be another sunny Sunday, and we will see everyone next week, same time, Malaysia, 3 p.m. over here. Body, Mind, Soul, impact your life positively. Thank you, Listia, and a very
Thank
goodbye to
you.
everyone. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.